I couldn't figure out how to turn Plays TV off and on at will, so I uninstalled it. So hopefully now my frame rate won't be cut down so severely. What? Why did my controls reset? I hate it when stuff like this happens. Just a moment. Alright, that should do it. That's better. Should have known when I started it up that my resolution was messed up. That other things would be messed up too. And look, another legendary. Not a bad price. Still not going to buy it though.
Even the best gunman gets hit from time to time, so make sure your machines are real popular when you got my machines and their scary needles.
Why does that happen? What is it that causes that? It seems so pointless. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Will not let it ruin my enjoyment. Open up, you.
Cheap, reliable, lightweight, and incredibly fast reload speed. TDR makes an easy-to-use gun.
Something doesn't look right. The dirt looks different. Why does everything look all washed out? See, this is what I'm talking about. You change my settings on something that caused my settings to change for no reason. Ugh. Let me check something again. Yeah, for some reason, something caused my game to set all the details down to the lowest quality. What would have caused that? So, not only did I have to deal with gameplay recording software that attempted to control me, instead of allowing me to control it, but after having gotten rid of that problem, I also have to deal with the game doing stuff it's not supposed to do to itself, just to annoy me and just to waste my time. I think we can use this as an example to illustrate why free will is superior to the concept of fate. Assume in this instance that fate means you being controlled by some outside influence. As opposed to free will, meaning that you, the individual, are in control of your own so-called destiny.
Playthru-1 gun shoot more lightning than the next leading competitor.
Did I really pick up that many things? Guess I did. I always thought that was a funny place to put a ceiling fan. Look how detailed that is. I know I'm always saying that. Look how detailed that what's-its is. But it is detailed.
Time for a nice relaxing drive.
And it's impressive. The immersion factor is in details just like that. Just like Stalker. Different vibe, but still immersion. Immersion to the max. Reaver. There's nothing carved into his forehead. Drinking full throttle this time. It's the weekend and I'm a third shifter. That's my excuse. For drinking energy drinks, I mean. I go sparingly on them too. Or at least I try to. Some of them just taste really good. At least I think so. I like the taste of NOS, Full Throttle. Rockstar is alright. I don't like the taste of Monster. Red Bull tastes alright. The regular flavor. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I was expecting monies.
More awesome! Also, torque doesn't make the go to the freaking wood. Get your meds here.
Hey. I like the ones that have ammo regen. And this really would work with my current loadout because I'd never have to worry about any kind of ammo. With an equalizer to maintain my revolver ammo supply and this to maintain my sniper rifle ammo supply. Plus it just looks awesome, as most Hyperion gear does. Oh, decisions. Focus caliber carrying call. Deadly loaded relentless. But I'm not going to buy it. It's tempting. I'm going to avoid the temptation. It's a major temptation.
My daddy always said wheels are better than heels. Oh, you paralyzed though. Anyway, don't walk, drive. I sure got you right now.
Get our feet out of the dust.
Of course, you know, it couldn't hoit to have multiple different class mods. I think, actually, that's what most people do. Is they have one equipped and then keep one or more in their inventory and switch. Just like that icon of Claptrap switching his hats around. You know, like the figure of speech, a man of many hats, or how does that go? I wear many hats. Means you're a jack of all trades. A jack of all trades.
The SNS philosophy is tank plus ammo capacity equals I win.
Jack of all trades, master of none. As some would say. Once again, that's the wrong kind of sight. But I'm getting close to level 28, so I'm going to try to avoid becoming too attached to any level 22 gear, including, but not limited to, this awesome Jacob's Masher,
Damage, high fire rate, and recoil reduction into one
which is
lethal
like
weapon.
all I've been using lately. Oops. Once again, I'm missing shots when I ought not be missing shots.
Another trophy from my wall.
Oh yeah, and I don't know why I didn't bring this up until now, but you ever wonder why the cylinders of revolvers in this game are hinged backwards? Watch the reload. See, it's hinged backwards. No one would ever design a revolver like that. Mechanically anti-functional. Also in Borderlands 2, of course I love Jacob's revolvers in Borderlands 2. Who doesn't? But you know how you use that
So big.
the trick shooter style fan the hammer technique? I used to think that was something that was only done in spaghetti westerns, but apparently trick shooters would actually use that technique. Exhibition shooters. But their guns were customized so that they'd be able to do that. You can't do that with an ordinary single-action revolver. And real gunfighters in the real, authentic, Old West era didn't use that fan the hammer technique. We can assume that Jacob's revolvers were designed that way to sort of combine combat with trick shooting. Also, different label colors with Jacob's revolvers function differently. For example, white label Jacob's revolvers are the only Jacob's revolvers that are top break in the style of Schofield. And they're more like a Schofield than a Webley. Schofield is an American single-action revolver that's a top break. It was an innovative design for its time because it was faster to reload. Than what was considered the conventional design at the time. The Webley, on the other hand, is British, characteristically British revolver. It was a double action top break. And there's even an automatic revolver. Yes, there are such things as automatic revolvers. They're basically, you could call them auto-charging single actions because they have a single action trigger. But the cylinder is rotated via the operation of typically an inertia operated part that reciprocates, like an upper frame reciprocating against a lower frame. And the Webley-Fosbury functioned that way. I think it was, if not the first auto revolver, I think it was the first successful auto revolver. Actually, I don't really know how successful the design it was. All I know is it's an interesting design for sure. Then there's the more recent Matiba Unica and Seneca. Those are Italian. Two-for-one sale. I don't like the little ones. I'd rather fight the big ones. The little ones are just there to annoy you and distract you. Nah. You're stuck in the scenery. Which of course makes it move around like a spastic little gremlin. The thing about this barrel type on a masher. Sometimes at medium range or longer ranges in general, the pellets will scatter. Or maybe they're not pellets, maybe they're more like flechettes. Scatter around the target. Did I get the stuff from up here already? I don't remember. Yeah, I did.
Lada, you don't need to be a better shot. You just need to shoot more bullets.
Wow, look at that fire rate. Oh, it's a burst. Worthless. I think they fire 5-round bursts and it has a 16-round mag. Where's the logic in that? There's no logic in that design. No one would ever design something like that. It would be completely pointless. 5-round bursts are pointless, first of all. But especially in something that uses a 16-round mag. I mean, it would almost, in a way, make more sense for it to use a 15-round mag. And if this game featured the concept of chamber loads, then yeah, I guess that would make sense. 15 plus 1 in the chamber. But that's not really applicable to most games and or mods. Some Stalker mods incorporate that concept, I think. I like that. I like that in games that have select fire weapons that actually function the way select fire weapons actually function. That is, you can manually select your fire mode at any time.
Lightweight and incredibly fast reload speeds. TDR makes an easy-to-use gun.
Whether you're aiming down the sights or not. That answers a question that I never thought to ask. Do vehicular weapons affect that?
Buy an Atlas, and you too can see what it feels like to hold the power of the gods in your hands. First aid kit. You won't regret it.
I successfully resisted the temptation to buy that
Only
Hyperion Sniper
you'll be able to afford it.
class mod that had ammo regen.
Hi there.
Ah, they weren't hard to find. Only 5? Of course, I know when he says hard to find, he means scarce. In a place like this, you'd have to learn how to MacGyver just about anything. Now, isn't that interesting? That I would find this right after having encountered a 5-liner in a vending machine. Model 560. The other was a Model 12. Oh, and look at this, a 7-round mag. Why didn't that stun me?
Not bad, not bad. What, you like that? That hurt?
That would have been so much more awesome if my strike had made contact. Wait, hey. Let's have a look at that. It's a fairly basic model. Definitely serviceable, if a bit ordinary. Combining health regen with reload speed. Dig it. It's a level 15. I'm not going to use it. If I was, say, level 19, I might consider it. it had a blade, I'd keep it. But it's really got nothing. Since it's outmoded by this masher in every way except fire rate, and since my gunslinger class mod makes me able to handle this masher. Alright, let's see what kind of fire rate 0.7 looks like. Unacceptable. Now, 0.7 plus 66%. Acceptable. Huh, I didn't even realize that I was quoting the Earl of Lemongrab until after I said that. I haven't even watched Adventure Time in a long time. I saw one episode that had to have been inspired by Faxanadu.
If you're on a budget, TVR is always the way to go.
Faxanadu was one of my all-time favorite NES games of all time. Never did beat it. Let's get another look at that Hyperion shield. 425 and 61. Yeah.
Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines in there scaring me?
I know I looked at these already, but I didn't really take note of what I was looking at because I was thinking about more than one thing at a time at that particular moment, which is not my strong suit. Is there any way to read the rest of that?
Hello.
Oh, there it is.
There are new missions available at the Middle of Nowhere bounty board.
I mean, is there any way to read the rest of that on there? Oh, let's go get this out of the way. I'll save this for later. Durden. That couldn't possibly be a reference to Fight Club. I mean, there's just no way.
Hello again. This vault discovery could be the very thing we need to revitalize this settlement.
I like how practical-minded she is.
See you soon.
She says things like, I hope whatever's in the vault can be traded for supplies. It indicates a pragmatic way of thinking, which you would have to have that to survive in a place like this. If I was co-oping with somebody, I'd let them have the Orion, and I'd use something like this. If I didn't already have the Orion, I wouldn't spend that much money on it. The Cicada Killer SNS sniper rifle. But if I found one, I'd definitely make use of it. When you have this many missions going all at once, it can be a challenge to decide which one to do first, what order to do them in. Oh yeah. Before I was talking about Jacob's revolvers in Borderlands 2. Hey, look, I'm almost level 28. And how only the white label ones are top break. But if you look at them, they're all hinged. They all have hinged frames. Like a top break revolver would have. Also, the higher quality ones, I think, blue. I want to say the ones that are blue label or higher, or maybe it's purple label or higher, appear to have a frame with a right-handed loading gate, meaning a loading gate on the left side. But it's just for decoration because they don't really have a loading gate. They all have swing-out cylinders. The ones that aren't top break all have swing-out cylinders, meaning that if the label color is anything other than white, it has a swing-out cylinder. Now, there are such things as single-action revolvers built on double-action frames, and double-actions built on single-action frames. But never would you have a revolver with a swing-out cylinder that would have some kind of fancy pants adornment or an engraving that just makes it look like it has a loading gate. Because it would be, as the Team Fortress 2 engineer would say, structurally superfluous. That advice down there is true.
Shooting bullets just not cool
Good recharge rate on that. I think Skirmisher was my very first class mod. The first time I played as Brick,
Greetings. What part of Secret Lab don't you understand?
if I remember correctly. I remember finding a level 19. I think it was a Vladoff Skirmisher, just like that one, but it was a, I think it was only a one-line type. And it was before I fought Sledge. I found it. Yeah, I know. More T-Bone Junction farming. But hey, I'm getting closer and closer to level 28. And I often sometimes find level 28 stuff here now. Not in the vending machines. In the vending machines, it's rarely lower than 31, if ever. And since I am coming across more and more awesome stuff in vending machines, I might as well get myself as much money as I can manage. So I'll be able to buy something if I want it. Want it, not want it.
Who are your leaders? Who makes the decisions that will most affect your lives? Before you answer, Atlas.
I don't know why I open ammo crates when I have full on all kinds of ammo. It's just second nature, I guess. See a box? Open it. I mean, that's what it's there for.
Always something new. Visit all our convenient locations.
Oh, and here's another reason why
Find the cab that's right for you.
I keep doing this, because I might as well just skip over blue and purple and go right to orange. Ow, I don't know. That's pretty expensive for as much money as I have. I have a lot of money for this point in the game. I don't really need to skip all the way to the orange top tier SDUs.
Get our feet out of the dust.
I just like having a vehicle there. Not really going to be driving it anywhere. I just like having it there. Having it available. Now, last time my frame rate was less than half what it is now. And that was inhibiting my ability. Never mind that, look at this. I'm saving that for the end game. I will stash that. I will only sell it if I find a level 31 Jacobs. That's better.
Just take a gander here.
Pandora is the 13th most important planet within our interglobal dominion. We might not spend much of our budget on you, but at least you're not on Promethea.
I will be at least level 34 for the end game. Which way will he jump out? The opposite of what I wanted. As expected.
Who knows what you're gonna find in the vault? Make sure you're packing.
Has a Type 3 barrel. I think it has a Type 2 body or frame type. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the same as this.
If you find that your gun just doesn't hold enough bullets, then SNS has the solution. More bullets. All SNS guns have
That's
extended
tempting.
magazines.
Oh look, two are the same. Identical. Once again, fascinating only because of its rarity. Rare only because of probability. I'd only be buying that because it has a blade. Nah, I'll skip it. If it had a Type 4 cylinder, I'd probably buy it.
First aid kit. You won't regret it.
You know what? I deem that worthy.
Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles?
And now, stash the equalizer and switch around my loadout. Pistol ammo regen regenerates ammo for repeaters and revolvers. Lots of scopes. And you know, that's typically not my style. Let me... I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't. Plus 10 ammo regeneration. Plus 11 pistol ammo regeneration. Yeah, what I was trying to do was...
You don't need to be a better shot. You just need to shoot.
check the equalizer against a class mod. Oftentimes what I do when I'm using a gunslinger comm with ammo regen is I'll use at least one revolver and at least one machine pistol.
Going too slow. Time to die!
And you too can see what it feels like to hold the power of the gods in your hands.
Yeah. This is a pretty good basic revolver, Type 4 barrel. Too bad it has a Type 1 frame. Let's see if I can remember where to go to get these shotgun parts. I think it's on, how do you say that? En route. Is that the original French pronunciation? En route to Crumb's Canyon. The American pronunciation, Americanized pronunciation would be en route, I guess.
Nothing like a challenging kill. Feel it.
Well, now this is a treat. Oh, I didn't even look at that.
Like that.
Yawn, yawn, yawn.
Feel it.
I can do this all day. While I'm here, I might as well get whatever is in that. Who knows, maybe it'll be something worthwhile. Oh yeah, side.
Get your ass gone.
I'll come back around and do all of those in sequence.
Don't be shy now. Come on. Catch a ride. If you need healing, step right up.
I think fire is the one I need. need to level up. Yep. Type 1 barrel. Of course, the end result is not what the parts look like. There it is. I hope I end up with something good. At least level 22. That looks like a 3-shot cylinder. I might have mentioned this before, but I think 2-shot cylinders should instead be 3-shot cylinders. Because really, who would ever make a revolving cylinder firearm with a cylinder that has only 2 chambers? No one would ever design such a thing. Bare minimum of 3. Otherwise, why not just make it double barrel? You know, I was hoping it would be a Hyperion. But I was also hoping it would be parted to my liking, meaning no scope and non-elemental. Type 2 barrel, yet it has a 62.7 accuracy. Good fire rate.
Shot. You weren't using a Jacobs.
Oh, let's get this one out of the way.
Sometimes I wish I had never been given this assignment. Never come to Pandora. Dahl has asked me to leave. The transmission said it's time to go. Everyone has left, except the criminals who they've let loose. They won't be my friends. So I had decided to return to leave as Dahl has ordered, but then I found something. I think it is the key to the vault. It proves the vault is real, and that it's here on Pandora and that it can be mine. I also learned that, by my calculations, we are near the 200th anniversary of the last vault opening. Within half a year, approximately. If I leave now, I will never make it back in time. I will stay. Maybe one of the convicts will be my friend.
Is that half a Pandoran year or half an Earth standard year? Standard Earth year. Assuming they even use that as the standard. In the Borderlands verse.
Combines good damage, high fire rate, and recoil reduction into one lethal weapon. Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles? Always something new. Visit all our convenient locations.
There's the significance of that.
718. I woke up outside the camp today. I don't know how I got outside, but I seem to have overcome my inability to leave. This will be my last recording before I scatter the echo recordings as far as I can. My echo recorder has clearly gone crazy, and if I'm not careful, I too might go insane. I will come back and resume my research when I have rid myself of this two-timing recorder. This is Patricia Tanis, signing out.
I know, I'm collecting them out of order.
The SNS philosophy is tech plus ammo capacity equals I win.
I should have gone ahead and gotten my level 28 gear from my Underdome Bank. Look, those giant flowers remind me of Subterranea.
You don't think he likes me?
Jesper Kidd did the soundtrack. On Subterranea, and he was one of the people who worked on the soundtrack for this game.
Day 578. I haven't slept in 3 days. I just ate 6 bugs in alphabetical order, starting with Carabus auronitans and ending with a dessert of Tetrix antellata. The information I've uncovered from my automated deciphering has me closing in on the location of this event. An event I believe to be the opening of the vault. Echo Recorder and I are not together anymore. But I wish him the best, and we remain friends, so that I can keep recording these messages. He agreed, because we need to complete what we set out to do, and document the intensive search for the mythic vault. It's not a myth. It's real.
Are those the names of Earth bugs or Pandoran bugs?
My apologies. apologies, traveler. But for your own protection, the area past this bridge has been designated a Class A danger zone. My scans show that you may not pass. Perhaps you would like to hear an accurate recounting of the local rocks I have scanned. I find them quite fascinating. See you next time.
That reminds me. When I was a kid, I had a collection of golden guides, which were these scientific field guides. One of them was on geology. I had one on entomology and marine biology also. Those are my two favorites. In fact, my favorite book as a kid, other than Peter Rabbit, was a 1970s issue Old Dominion marine biology textbook that my mom had given me. And I didn't look like your typical genuine article nerd, 80s nerd even. I didn't look like a white Steve Urkel or anything. I had a mullet, I wore a jean jacket. Yes, I had a mullet at a time when it was socially acceptable.
Hi there.
Acceptable in the 80s. Oh yeah, I forgot there was one right here.
Day 653. Today is my birthday. I've been alone for an incalculable amount of time. A convict accidentally crossed over into my encampment this morning, and I allowed him to look about before I shot him in the back several times. I was immediately filled with regret upon doing this, because the human contact, no matter how awkward, would have been nice. I've decided his name was Leslie, and he had a troubled childhood where people would make fun of him for having a girl's name. And the torment eventually led Leslie to a life of crime and debauchery. There was a tattoo on his bum that looked not unlike the name Patricia. I might have imagined the tattoo. The experience compelled me to move the vault key fragment I found so that it can be safe. It's extremely important, so I've given it to the man known as Crazy Earl. He's not crazy. He doesn't like people. The vault key will be safe with him. I also gave him my underwear.
Oh, she's silly. From a distance, it looked, yeah, I can tell. Ancient transfusion. Leslie might have been a guy's name before it was a girl's name. Kelly was a guy's name before it became a girl's name also. Irish name. Carrie also. Kelly and Carrie both. Maybe it depends on the spelling.
Day 684. I seem to be unable to leave camp anymore. I've collected all of the information I need to be able to find the vault, but I'm overcome with terror and instantaneous paralyzation upon any attempt to leave my confines. I believe I have some kind of psychosis. Whatever it is, I'm a prisoner of my own jail, and I will not be able to find anything without help from an outside party. I will put out feelers to see if I can get someone on this rock to grant me assistance. Perhaps I can send an off-world message to attract vault hunters. Some company would be lovely.
Still listed as an SMS guy. Here I've been using this Jacob's masher so much, I thought maybe now I could be bearing the Jacob's logo.
Jacob's guns do one thing really well. Power. And honestly, what else do you need? 400% more. Awesome. Also, torque doesn't make the guns out of friggin' wood. Hi, Sturger. My road may not look like much brighter than
Did I check the other shop after the most recent reset? I don't remember.
cheap, reliable,
I did.
lightweight, and incredibly fast reload speed.
Because I remember that stuff being in there. Was wondering if there were any shops that would be worth checking, but I don't need to check all of them.
Jacob's guns do one thing really well. Power. And honestly, what else do you need? Remember, Marcus means quality at a great price. If you need healing, step right up.
Oh. What to do, what to do.
Wanna shoot a lot of bullets really fast? Vladov has your needs covered.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of redundant to carry both a masher and a shotgun. Could use this for longer range and this for a closer range, even though with the Type 2 barrel, you really want at least a Type 3 barrel on a masher if you're going to pair it up with a shotgun and have one that throws multiple projectiles at a longer range than the other, and this is a Type 3 barrel right here. Type 3 barrel, Type 4 cylinder. Well, I don't know. I want to... What kind of... I don't know what I want to do. What do I want to do? Because I need to leave something behind. I have to have some kind of handgun to use with the gunslinger class mod. I think I will do this for now. Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's got the stabilizer. That's its only handicap. It has the slower reload animation.
Or too well armed.
But that's alright. I can roll with it.